Namaste everyone, Bhatia is with us today and he will tell us more about our treasure of knowledge.
Right, wonderful. So earlier in the episode, we referred to different categories of our knowledge. We have been acquainting ourselves with some of our genres of literature, and we took first category as the Vedic literature, consisting of Vedas and Shadangas and Shadarshanas. So followed by Smritis, and we have taken all this into one group. But in a way, they follow the Veda. As we also said that it follows Veda as a calf follows a mother cow. So that's how the theme of this knowledge, Vedas and the Smritis, have been, the basic theme has been Dharma. Dharma which leads to our ultimate. Though they suggest various applications and various paths and various ways of selecting our paths and going to the ultimate, but the ultimate is the only one. So our people say it is Satya is one. The truth is only one. There can't be different truths. But we approach this truth in different ways. And we try to understand the same truth in different ways. And as they come back to us, the great rishis, they try to explain to us about the theme and about the essence of the Veda in different forms, like Smritis. Smritis are basically meant for regulating our lives in such a way that we can follow the Vedic path and then we can reach the ultimate. Apart from this first category of literature, we have on its wings, we have Shastras. Shastras are sciences. Generally in the modern science we say sciences, different disciplines of sciences. But here from the Bharat side, these Shastras, though they are integrated, but they deal with one specific discipline and specific speciality. For example, music. Even for music we have Shastra. Dance we have Shastra. Vastu, architecture, we have Shastra. So these Shastras we don't know from whence they have come, from where they have come. They are not dated. Generally we call them as Anadi. Anadi means, it doesn't mean that it has no beginning. It might have some beginning somewhere, but we do not know that when it has begun, the time since when it is available to us. So Guruji says Anadi doesn't mean that it doesn't have any beginning. Even the universe has a beginning. So all the Shastras and the literatures, everything, they have a beginning in the universe. So similarly the Shastras are from there since almost the creation, perhaps, because we can take the very recent example on architecture, that is Samarangana Sutradhara. Samarangana Sutradhara is on Vastu Shastra. So all these Shastras, though they are updated and they have come in practice in the modern times, but they had their beginnings much thousands of years ago. And they have been given to us by different sets of sages and yogis. Similarly, the Yoga Shastra, Patanjali. We generally believe that Patanjali was the avatara of Adiseshu. If such is the case, the Yoga Shastra is not the modern science. Yoga Shastra has been there right from the Adiseshu times. So this Adiseshu is the base of the universe. The very construction, the whole universe is based on him. He holds it. So when the universe has come into being, perhaps this Yoga Shastra has also come, since it is believed that it has come from Adiseshu, Seshava, and Patanjali is called Seshavatara. And also in Dwapara Yuga, we had Balaram, Krishna's elder brother. He is also considered an avatara of Adiseshu. So Adiseshu will also be taking avatars at different points of time for different purposes. So similarly, Balarama has given us the irrigational science and all that. So where we could improvise our agriculture, improvise our irrigation systems, and this is something that Balarama has given to us some 5,000 years ago from now. But it doesn't mean that that has come only during Balarama's time. It has been there earlier also. And we also have in Jain religion, Jain Tattva, and the first guru of Jainism, or founder of Jainism, was Rishabha. Rishabha was also considered as the avatara of Adiseshu. So there is a long history here, because we do not have sufficient time here to narrate all the history. But these sciences do not mean that they have come in the modern times or from the Mahabharata times. For example, Arthashastra. Arthashastra is a wonderful Shastra which deals with the polity, governance, economy, society, and everything. Every Shastra is almost a compendium of so many other a comprehensive view of the society and specializes in one aspect. So this Arthashastra, even Kautilya himself said that he is not the founder of Arthashastra. Before him there were about 400 people or 300 people who wrote this Arthashastra, and that was handed down to him. So he had only inherited. So that Shastra from times immemorial. We can simply say times immemorial. We don't have any memory of that. So that is Anadi. Guruji says that is Anadi, because it is there. It has whenever in the universe, whatever you find, it has a beginning definitely, because universe itself has begun. So everything you find, everything you see in the universe, they have begun from some time, and they may all disappear at the time of the dissolution of the universe. So this is the system. So Shastras also have come from the beginning, as we simply say that only Vedas have come. Even Veda has been there even before the universe, that's okay. But the other Shastras are also almost from the beginning of the universe. But we come to know about the great souls or great sages whom we know. That is not much before, because 4,000 years or 5,000 years or 10,000 years. So these things we can enumerate, those who are done, but most of them are not traced except in the company. Even Arthashastra was not traced till 1920, as late as 1920. So most of the things will be lost, and there won't be a line of approach which can preserve this and hand it over to us. So these Shastras are very important. And even in the second category, when we say Shastras are also very important knowledge that gives us the world of knowledge to us. and that makes us fit for living in this universe and then serving the society and serving others. So that's how the Shastras have come. And we mentioned about one or two as Sangita Shastra and then Vastu Shastra. And this Shastra, Samarangana Sutradhari, is belonging to 14th or 15th century AD. This was written by Rana. So that was that copy was available roughly in very dilapidated condition, and Guruji has funded for its reprint through the Telugu University, Hyderabad. So he has taken so much of care for this because that is the only treatise now available on the Vastu Shastra directly. So this Samarangana Sutradhara is given to us now. The copies are available in the Telugu University. That is the grace of Guruji. So he has funded the project and made available to all of us. So such Shastras have to be traced. Earlier Shastras and then updated Shastras have to be traced, and they have to be revised and then made available to us. So this is in a way all category of this literature which we have taken from Vedas and then Smritis and Shastras. This is in fact a one category of knowledge which had its own beginning with the beginning of the universe. And what we are going to consider about the other literatures, the second category of literature, though they follow the same theory, same theme, and same, they are going to teach us the same dharma, but this literature doesn't require any particular qualification from the one who wants to learn it. So that category is the second category where we can take up Puranas. And these Puranas, as we find now, are only from the Mahabharata times. Again, same Vedavyasa has given us these Puranas to us. There is a small episode about the beginning of the Puranas. Puranas, as we also mentioned somewhere, that they do not belong to this plane. They belong to some other plane, maybe in the Devaloka. So Puranas are already there, and a new search has been started by Sage Parashara. Sage Parashara was the father of Vedavyasa. He is Sage Parashara. Parashara Smriti is also available to us. So this Parashara and Jyotish Shastra, another Shastra, for which Vruddha Parashara is very, very much known. So Jyotisha is a Shastra and Vastu is a Shastra, all the Shastras, numerous Shastras are there. In fact, in the modern times, we are not aware of those Shastras. Vimana Shastra, for which we name Bharadvaja. So all these Shastras have been there. In the second category, that those Shastras need some qualified people so that they can understand and follow. They should learn. But the other literature Puranas are meant for common man, those who there is no need of any qualification for them, but the ultimate is open to them through Puranas. So that is a great boon that Puranas have given. This Sage Parashara wanted to have the history of the universe. And generally we say, we praise Vishnu, Koti Koti Yuga Dharinyai Namaha. So there are not only one universe, there are so many universes. Even when we speak of Mahashakti, Adishakti, we speak that she is Koti Koti Yuga Dharini. So many Koti means numerous. Numerous. It's not just 1 crore. It's numerous, which we cannot count. So number of what you call the universes have come, and any number of innumerable generations are there, innumerable Brahmandas are there, innumerable. We know that the whole thing that we are related to is the solar system, our solar family. But there are so many solar systems there. Solar system, there are many suns are there, many nakshatras are there. Each nakshatra is a sun by itself. It may be having its own families. So that is, numerous universes are there in the creation, and for all this we have Mulakutamma, the first mother, and primordial mother, primordial Shiva. So we also have the reference to these, and many, even in the same Brahmanda, we have many creations, many yugas have passed by. We'll come to the calculation of yugas later. So here, such kind of greatness is ascribed to the Shastras. And then when we come to Puranas, Parashara wanted to know the history of the universe. The history of the universe, how many what you call the Brahmandas are there, from where they have come, and what is the time duration for this. So this was a very vast knowledge, and our brain has a limited what you call the storage value. Our brain cannot take up the entire knowledge into it. So we have to be very selective where we can save the material in our brain. What you call the chip. In the modern times we call it as chip. So our chip has its own limits. So we can't go beyond. So Parashara wanted to know the history of the universe, and he did tapas for Shiva to give him the history. As we have seen, Bharadwaja, he did tapas for Brahma to get the entire knowledge of Veda, which was not possible. Then Brahma himself said, my knowledge extent is also limited, because there was some problem, because only for Brahmanda the limited knowledge is given to me, workable only in the universe. But the entire knowledge beyond the universe, he is also not credited with. So similarly, this Parashara also, he did very serious tapas for that, and he was praying to Shiva, because Shiva is the one who is through the entire thing that's happening. That's happening in universes, in Brahmandas, everywhere he is there. So he thought that only Shiva could give him the history of the universe. So he did penance, very serious penance, and then he got the knowledge of the Purana, that is the history of the universe, from Shiva. But Shiva also said that Parashara, you cannot get the entire history, because history is so vast that you cannot accommodate so much. But he gave only the Vishnu Purana to him, because Vishnu is Sarvavyapi. So he said, Vishnu Purana is enough for you. So Parashara has taken Vishnu Purana from Shiva, and he has given this Vishnu Purana to his son Vedavyasa. So we shall stop here for some time and meet again in the next episode. Okay?
Okay.
Namaste.
Namaste.